In Kasipul constituency after DCI officers fired in the air to disperse supporters of ODM candidate Boyd Were. The officers had reportedly gone to arrest suspects linked to recent violence but were met with resistance. Were has accused the officers of harassment and political intimidation ahead of the upcoming by-election. Sydney Chazima reports.
Kasipul constituency is once again serving another episode of drama. This time, officers from the Directorate of Criminal Investigations, DCI, on Wednesday found themselves in a tight spot at the home of ODM's Kasipul constituency candidate, Boyd Were. The officers pictured here were on a mission they believed would lead to the capture of several suspects linked to the violence that recently claimed the lives of 2 people in Nyalenda sub-county.
Following our intelligence, were pursuing the accused or the suspects who are cited at Kosele. But when they realized that officers were on their pursuit, they left towards Oyugis. So later they were realized to have entered to the homestead of one of our aspirants.
But upon approaching, irate supporters of Were confronted them.
The officers encountered very harsh resistance from young men who were armed with crude weapons.
According to Homa Bay County Police Commander Lawrence Koilem, the officers were then forced to defend themselves.
Because of that injuries, and to at least make sure they were not injured further, they had to fire at least some blanks to the air.
But Boyd Were alleges foul play.
They brought commotion, a lot of tension. Residents were not happy. The same, our former member of parliament was killed through political assassination. How will the residents feel when they hear gunshots at the same compound of the member of parliament? It's so unfortunate. All we are seeing is theatrics. They barge into someone's compound, fire gunshots. It's not fair at all.
According to Were, the DCI officers were on a blind fishing mission and no one was hiding at his residence.
He indicated that they were looking for someone here. But my question is, the DCI, they have the resources, they have the machinery. If they were unsure of the person they wanted, if he was in our compound, it was simple. They will just inform us, give us a notice. No. We will allow them to search. Because at the end of the day, they came, fired gunshots all over. There were women in the compound. The residents were there. It brought tension. At the end of the day, they didn't arrest anyone because the person they were looking for was not here. So does it mean that the DCI are incompetent?
The police, however, maintained that their intelligence was accurate and that the suspects were rescued by the angry mob at Boyd's home. The intense race to succeed the late Charles Ongondo Were is once again pitting Philip Aroko against the Were family. And Boyd Were, just like his father, is accusing Aroko of playing it dirty.
Mr. Philip Aroko, there's no point of zoning areas. Everyone has a right. The other time, he was next to our home here. He campaigned peacefully, without any disruptions. So now when it's time for Boyd Were to campaign, there are disruptions. They want to disrupt our rallies, and at the end of the day now they'll act as victims on social media.
But even as the election D-Day approaches in a fortnight, the police maintain that they will stop at nothing in their pursuit of the suspects behind the tragic events in Nyalenda sub-county. Sydney Chazima, TV 47.